And story time, guys, in just a moment. I have a great story for you guys. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? God was trying to teach me a lesson and I completely ignored him. And I just want to share this with you guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back for a little bit of story time. Oh, let me adjust myself because this is going to be short, quick, and sweet because I totally remember everything like it was yesterday. I was a very wild girl. What I mean by wild is like partying. I definitely got my partying out when I was like in my early 20s, and it was exciting for me. Like, it was fun. It was something to do. I was the one that people called to go out and party with. Okay, so it was in, I want to say November, because I know my birthday's in December. Okay, start here. I was at a liquor store. I was picking up some shot bottles. I had 2 kids at the time. Yes, I do understand. But I was going out. My kids weren't home for the weekend. She was partying it up. She was excited. She was all, just ready to turn up. It was my friend's, birthday, and we were going out. So I went to the liquor store. And then as I'm walking out, there's a cop who follows me. And this guy comes up to me and he's like trying to talk to me. And he's like, "Hey, girl." And I'm like, "You doing security here at a liquor store? I'm sure you try to talk to all these girls. I'm not studying you at all. Like, whatever." And then the next thing you know, I give him my number. He talks me into it. And I'm like, "Okay, I'll give you my number." And then he gave me his number. And then he was like, "Call me anytime you need me." He was like, "Anytime." He was like, "I don't care what time it is." He was like, "I'm a police officer. I work overnight. So, call me anytime." And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I got you. And he was like, "Hit me up. I want to take you out." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." That night, I go pick up my homegirl. We're riding. She stayed like maybe 45 minutes out of the way. So when we get to the club that I used to work at, okay, I'm taking shots, but it's early. Like, we arrived about 10-ish. The club closed at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? This was in Atlanta. So they partied all night long. It wasn't an issue. So take a couple of shots when we first walk in the door. 7 hours of being there. Yes, 7 hours of being there. It's not an issue. It is what it is, but we would be there all night long and taking shots and, whatever. So I felt fine. I had to perform and everything else and whatnot. So I knew my surroundings. I knew what was going on. I do that all the time. So I let this, okay, so pretty much what happened, let me start here. My friend that was with me ended up having a shot bottle, okay? One of my shot bottles she brought with her. And instead of throwing the bottle away, she put it inside of her purse, okay? She then had this purse on her all night long. We get in the car after the club. A cop sees us, okay? This cop is following us, guys. He's following us from the time we leave the parking lot of the club, maybe like a half a mile down the street. I had to drive about maybe 3 more miles before I can even get on the expressway. He tailed me from a distance all the way. And then he got on the expressway with me. I went another 5 miles. He followed behind me another 5 miles. That means he knew and he saw where I was coming out of, what I was doing. So at that time, when he pulled up behind me, I was in the faster lane. There was 5 lanes on the freeway. I wasn't in the slow lane. I was all the way over. And he turned his lights on. I immediately got all the way over. And I signaled and I got out of the car. And this guy, he got out of the car. Didn't mean to say I did. I probably would have got shot. But He got out of the car and he came up to my window and he's like, ma'am, license and registration, please. Do you know why I pulled you over? No. He was like, because you were speeding. I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, you were telling me for like 8 miles. Like, you were right behind me. If I was like totally speeding, why the fuck didn't you pull me over like all the way back there? So, yeah, he was like, where are you coming from? I said, well, sir, you said you had been following me, which you did. So, you told me where I was coming from. And then my friend was like to me, don't do that, don't. So, I was starting to get pissed off a little bit just because of what I felt was already happening. And then, again, guys, I had crutches in my backseat. I had a brace on my leg. Yes, I did. I had a sprained ankle. Totally forgot that. I just remembered that. And when he asked me to come out of the car, he's like, I need you, pretty much, he's like, oh, I saw that you came from the club, blah, blah. What do you do? I was like, yeah, I just got off work. Blah, 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 after my smart mouth. And then he was like, I was young. I could have been more nicer. I will say that much. How do you want me to walk when I have a brace on my foot and crutches in my back seat, and you want me to like stand up? I was like, I can't walk a line. Oh, so you're not complying with orders? I was like, it's impossible. I was like, I can get up and show you, so you're not going to do it? I was like, are you trying to pick a fight with me? And then, guys, okay, then he's like, ma'am, get out of the car. He gets me out of the car. He sits me in the back of his car, right? Don't know what's going on. By this time, my cell phone is taken. My key had been shut down. And then there was a tow truck at my vehicle, maybe 2 minutes. 2 freaking minutes after I had sat in the back seat. Like, I swear he had this set up. Because my friend in the front seat got arrested with me. She actually had a reason. She literally had like a warrant. I didn't even know. But then they found the little shot bottle. They found that in her purse. And then they said, open container, and charge me with it because she was in my vehicle. Are you kidding me? And then he charged me with a DUI because I did not comply with orders. Like, there was no breathalyzer. There was nothing. Nothing. I was arrested that night. My car got towed. I was in jail with women who actually kill people. Like, my roommates was like, yo, I just shot that nigga in the head. Did you? What did you do? I mean, like, why? Is he okay? Did they find, like, what happened? I mean, how can you put me in a place like that with people? Like, oh, no, like, really? Like, with murderers? I was just like, they don't care, though. Not at all. They don't care. I spent 2 nights in jail, guys. Literally 2 nights in jail, and it is what it is, but. All right, so here's the kicker to the story, guys. The guy that I met at the liquor store that night, the cop that was chasing me out of the store, I was arrested by his partner. I was arrested by his partner. And all I had to do was call him, and he said he would have got me off immediately. I wouldn't have had to go through any of that probation, not being able to drive for a year, getting a DUI class, and just all of that crap. Paying, I think my fine was like $1,200. I wouldn't have had to go through any of that. So, with that being said, you learn your lesson when you're very young. And it doesn't pay to, you know, just be an asshole to cops. So I stopped. Oh my goodness. It was the scariest time of my life because, yeah, I didn't know what to expect or what was going to happen. Luckily, I got out of jail that Monday morning, and because I did those 2 nights, I was able to walk out. I did have to pay a whole bunch of fines, and I had a whole bunch of bullshit drama after that. But when I walked in those doors and saw those women, guys, for the very first time, it was a whole nother different ball game. I mean, I was fine. You know, I don't never let nobody scare me or you don't scare me, okay? But I was just like, damn. Because as soon as I walked in, I hear, oh, she bunking with me. Oh my God, we're not going there. We're not doing that, okay? This is not one of those like lesbian reality TV shows, the prison shows. So I'm gonna need you not to tell me that I'm bunking or I'm your roommate or whatever. Nobody's bitch. Okay? Get that right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and hit that little bell at the top so you can get notifications when I post. Okay? And we'll see you next time.